What family learning routine felt like showing off until it transformed you into a confident public speaker? Every Friday evening, our family gathered for what my father called knowledge share, Minos, a homegrown presentation ritual that seemed like an unnecessary performance but ultimately developed my communication abilities far beyond my peers. The format was simple but intimidating. Each family member had to give a 5-minute presentation teaching something new they'd learned that week. Topics ranged from historical events to scientific concepts to practical skills. Anything was acceptable as long as it was substantive and well researched. What made this particularly challenging was my parents' insistence on professional presentation standards. No notes allowed. Visual aids encouraged. Clear structure required. And most terrifying of all, mandatory 2-minute Q&A session where family members would probe for deeper understanding. My mother, a former debate coach, would provide detailed feedback afterward, analyzing everything from voice modulation to body language to the logical flow of ideas. You relied too heavily on filler words, or your introduction didn't effectively preview your main points, were typical critiques that seemed unnecessarily rigorous for a family activity. As a shy child, I dreaded these weekly performances. While friends spent Friday evenings relaxing or playing, I was explaining photosynthesis or demonstrating how ancient Egyptians measured land after Nile floods. The most uncomfortable moments came when guests joined our dinner. My parents never suspended knowledge share for visitors. Instead, friends and relatives would become additional audience members, often visibly uncomfortable with the formality of our family ritual. In college, during my first class presentation, I noticed something strange. While classmates experienced debilitating anxiety and struggled with organization, I automatically structured my content and delivered it with practiced confidence. My professor later commented, "Most students need multiple public speaking courses to develop the presentation skills you already have. Where did you learn this?" That's when I realized what those weekly family performances had built, not just content knowledge but sophisticated communication abilities that most professionals spend years trying to develop through expensive courses and coaching. The knowledge share that once felt like unnecessary showing off had actually been systematic training in one of life's most valuable and feared skills.